Trigger warning. This video might upset a few people, but stay to the end because I'm going to show you exactly where these things come from and the spirit that govern these things. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that.
Developing tonight, an abortion doctor who died last week leaves behind a startling discovery. More than 2,200 fetal remains were found on his property about 45 miles south of Chicago. CBS 2's Eric Cox visited the home and talked to an attorney representing the doctor's wife.
Large dumpsters in the driveway, a sheriff's deputy standing watch. I'm in front of the home of the now deceased abortion doctor Ulrich Klopfer's home in Crete, as an investigation into the discovery of over 2,200 fetal remains continues. 2,246. That's how many fetal remains the Will County Sheriff's Department says were found on an Illinois property belonging to abortion doctor Ulrich Klopfer. Dr. Klopfer died at the age of 79 on September 3rd. Thursday, an attorney representing Dr. Klopfer's family contacted the Will County Coroner's Office, asking them to remove the medically preserved remains.
I was the one that instructed the attorneys that are handling the family's estate to report it to the coroner's office.
Kevin Bolger is a criminal defense attorney representing Dr. Klopfer's wife. He tells CBS 2 the family never knew about the remains until earlier this week.
No one has any answers.
Answers on why the remains were being kept or where they were stored. Have you ever seen or heard of anything like this before?
Never. Never. I've been doing this for over 40 years, and before that I was a Chicago policeman. I thought I saw it all, and obviously I didn't.
Authorities say there's no evidence medical procedures were ever performed on the deceased doctor's Crete property. At one time, Dr. Klopfer had 3 abortion clinics in Indiana, including one in Gary.
He had 3 abortion clinics and one in Gary, Indiana. Wow, he was just taking the babies out. You see, Luciferians, they make evil look good. They will sit you down, look you in your eyes, and make all that evil shit seems like it's good. And then you will pay them, you will open up your legs, and then you will give your unborn baby to this thing.
His license suspended in 2015 after accusations that he failed to report an abortion performed on a 13-year-old girl. His wife's attorney telling CBS 2 loved ones are cooperating with investigators, all while trying to deal with the startling discovery.
They're coping. You know, that's about the best you can under these circumstances.
In Crete, Eric Cox, CBS 2 News.
I'm telling you, they look like us, but they ain't like us. They different. They drink different things. They don't even drink water. They eat different things. They don't eat tomatoes and cucumbers and sandwiches and shit. What you think that dude was doing with all of them fetuses? And what about the ones that they didn't find?
A Philadelphia doctor accused of performing illegal late-term abortions in a filthy clinic has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the deaths of 3 babies born alive. But he was acquitted in the death of a 4th baby. Dr. Kermit Gosnell was also found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the overdose death of a patient. Prosecutors say the 72-year-old Gosnell delivered babies alive and had their spines severed with scissors to kill them. The defense had argued there were no live births at the clinic. The grisly details of the case came out more than 2 years ago. That's when authorities described finding bags and bottles of fetuses at the foul-smelling clinic, as well as unsterile instruments that were reused.
Bags and bottles of fetuses at this dirty-ass clinic. So this guy has dead babies all around in bags and bottles, and we still think that we live in amongst people like us. You hear what I'm saying? I'm going to show you exactly the spirit that governs these bastards and where they come from. I'm going to show you why they don't want to go back. I'm going to show you.
Used. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Nicole Grether, The Associated Press. A Philadelphia
There are 4 abortionists. They are abortionists.
So I think for the doctors, it was a bit about putting a human face on their profession. They're proud of what they do.
This them, y'all.
So I'll have a dead baby in me?
For 3 days, yeah.
Will it start to decay or something?
No, it's like putting meat in a crock pot, okay? A slow cooker.
And what do you use to break it up? Just
a whole bunch of it.
Got a toolkit.
Pick acid drill, but
So, what kind of procedure would I have to get done?
It would be the same thing we do here. It's just, it would be a combination between a D&E and an induction. We would try to induce you to just deliver the baby.
How do you do it? Like, because she said that the nurse said something about a shot.
We do a shot into the fetus to end the pregnancy the first day. Well, if everything works right, they come out. You just deliver them and they come out fine.
So he's saying if everything works right, now they're going to do the abortion. But what he wants her to do is deliver the baby. Now this becomes murder. I don't agree with abortion. I see that as murder, but people can argue that all day long. But this shit right here, if everything works right, they come out. You just deliver them and they come out fine. You hear what I'm saying? They're going to do the abortion. He want the abortion after the delivery. You have to understand that I watched almost all my kids get delivered except for 2. So I know how a baby look when they come out. And you mean to tell me that you about to take these babies out, man? These things, they not people. They not like us. They don't eat what we eat. They don't drink what we drink. They don't think like us. They look like us, but they not us.
If for some reason that doesn't happen, then we have to take them out in pieces.
So the injection is what you stick inside
through
my stomach. Yeah. And does the needle hurt?
You?
Yeah.
A little bit. But you probably won't remember it. Most people end up asking me what the Band-Aid's for the next day.
Okay. And then, will I feel it like dying?
Mm-hmm. It's not even going to feel it dying. It's just the heart slows down and it just stops.
Because I already feel it like
it's moving
kicking
now.
and moving, and
after 20 weeks it should be.
So I won't feel it like moving or anything.
No,
like,
probably within an hour of the injection you shouldn't feel it moving anymore.
Am I going to be like in a lot of pain afterwards? Do you know?
You shouldn't be in any pain afterwards. And there are no restrictions afterwards, except for nothing in your vagina for 3 weeks.
Okay.
As I tell everybody, that includes fingers, friends, and fruit, okay?
Nothing in your vagina for 3 weeks. As I tell everybody, that includes fingers, friends, and fruit. Okay, this guy is a psychopath. He's a pervert, a psychopath. And if you look inside of his history, I bet you he have victims. This woman right here that he's talking to is a victim. Watch. She's a victim. Watch.
Oh my gosh.
I've never had to send anybody to the hospital with my patients, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Kristen Gilbert thing on the internet was not my patient.
Morbelli, a substitute teacher from New Rochelle, died last Thursday after reports say she underwent the procedure in Maryland, where late-term abortions are legal. It was performed by Dr. Leroy Carhart, one of the few late-term abortion providers in the country. The first-time mom, who was 8 months along, was mourned Wednesday morning in her hometown.
She waited 8 months. Look, at 8 months, that the baby is almost here. I remember my woman, she would say, look, and you would see my daughter or son, either one of my children, you would see their hands sliding across the belly. But inside of her, man, they can think and all of that at 8 months. This was a ritual gone bad. They know what they doing when they go to the clinic and have these real late abortions. That they know what they be doing. All of this shit is a ritual, man.
They've got this down as a fetal indication. There's nothing wrong with the baby that you know of, is
Not that I know of.
Okay, I don't know where that came from or how that got in here.
Does that mean fetal indication?
Means there's something wrong with the baby, and that's why you're terminating.
Yeah, no.
This is just purely
Purely, this is what I want to do.
And here, we cannot do it.
So it's not. So it's nothing wrong with the baby. Nothing. She just don't want it no more. And they can't do it in his clinic, but I guess they can do it in Maryland.
But in Maryland, we can do it.
So baby at this age, at, what am I, 26 weeks?
26.
Could not survive if it was delivered?
It came out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably could. It would be a 50-50 thing, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we're...
Nah, not a 50-50 thing. I say about a 80-20. Babies are born like this every day, man.
Okay, we can do, by law in Maryland, we can go to 28 weeks. So.
Oh, okay. So there's only 4 of you
there are
that
only
do...
4 doctors doing over 26 weeks.
Why are there only 4?
Because nobody else will do it.
So you don't see a lot of women like me?
Well, I saw 4 this week.
Okay.
So.
At 26 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or more.
All right.
Or more.
So I'm not unusual.
No, not at all.
And the baby...
will come through that. It'll compress down and come through that because it's not alive. And
so when you say compress down,
it gets soft, like mushy.
Oh.
So you push it through.
So what makes the baby mushy?
The fact that it's not alive for 2 or 3 days.
So I'll have a dead baby in me?
For 3 days, yeah.
Will it start to decay or something?
It's a ritual. She's gonna have a dead baby in her for how many days? Jesus Christ. How many days? 3 days? This is a ritual, man. And yes, the baby is getting mushy because it's decaying inside just. That's what's happening.
So it's like putting meat in a crock pot, okay? It doesn't get broke, but it gets softer. It doesn't get infected or...
Okay.
You know.
Why would he say it's like putting meat in a crock pot? It doesn't get broke. It gets softer. See, he be eating this shit, man. It's this dude in jail. Where are these people at? Where's the Crips and the Bloods when you need them? Where's the Crips and the Bloods when you need them, and all of the people with the guns and doing all the crime and shit? Now, I ain't saying nothing. I'm not telling nobody to do nothing. But these people, they allow babies to be born. I'm talking about right after my daughter was born, she opened up her eyes. She was alive, man. And then they take them out. If these people had their way, they'd keep raising the age. They'd say, okay, now you can have an abortion when your child is 10 years old. And you wake your child up one day, and then you get him dressed, and you take him to his office, and you kiss your child goodbye, and they close the door, and they give your child, your 10-year-old child, an abortion. What if they raise it up to 30 years old? What if they start saying, hey man, the parents, you can get your parents aborted after they become senior citizens because they can't take care of themselves. It's no insurance, all of that. So I think we should give them an abortion. These things are sick. I'm going to show you exactly what they are and where they come from, though.
So the dead baby in me is like meat in a crock pot.
Pretty much, yeah, kind of much.
All right.
Cannibals.
And what was it that killed it?
The injection that we do.
The first one?
The second one.
Oh, the second one.
I mean, I've done some when the women can't have that shot if they're alive. I mean, it just, I'm sure the baby feels a needle stick if the baby feels anything, and I truly don't believe that it does at 26 weeks.
For some reason, I'm not able to deliver. Well, you'll be able to get it out.
Take it out in pieces. But that at 26 weeks is very, very rare.
And what do you use to break it up? Just
a whole bunch of it.
Got a toolkit.
Pick, axe, a drill bit,
I see. Okay.
No, I mean, there's just instruments that have been developed.
So if that did happen, you'd make sure I didn't have like a hand left in there or something.
Yes, but
I don't know.
I can't promise.
It's like a Hollywood movie waiting.
But I would certainly tell you that we will do everything in our best to make sure there's nothing left behind.
Okay, so it's just like a normal delivery.
Except the baby's unalive.
Okay, so the baby's dead.
And what makes it safer is the fact that I only have you to worry about. So whatever I have to do to the baby to keep you healthy, I can do. I'd have better luck standing in front of a train and getting hit and surviving than going 100 miles an hour than the baby, though.
Because you're dilating me, which means I'm getting ready to go into labor. If I'm at the hotel and I were to go into labor...
You call me.
Call you.
We come in whenever we have to.
Oh, all right.
We're on your schedule.
Oh, thank you. So I call 911.
Hold on. So she's at the hotel and she's getting ready to go into labor. Why not just fucking go into labor and have the baby? And set it up for adoption. You are setting up a murder, man. See, this is how the Most High is looking at this sick shit. So she's in the hotel. She started having contractions. I know how all of that works. Her water break, all of that. No, don't call 911. Call him. Call him. Listen to this shit, man.
And then call you? No.
Call 911? No.
I don't know. It's an emergency.
Listen.
If I were to go into labor.
Listen.
Call me.
Call you.
We come in whenever we have to.
Oh, all right.
We're on your schedule.
Oh, thank you. So I call 911 and then call you? No.
Call 911.
I don't know. It's an emergency, right?
No. Don't call 911. Why would you call 911 when we're murdering somebody? No, don't call 911. Call me.
I'll take you to the hospital, right? They won't bring you to the clinic. So
okay.
No, just you're gonna be within 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the clinic. Just get in the car. Call me.
Call you. Okay.
All right. If we think you need 911, then certainly call 911. But that's
call you first. Don't call 911.
Yeah.
What happens if I deliver at the hotel?
Well, we came and helped her clean up the mess and took the sheets to the clinic and washed them and sent her back to the hotel.
Okay.
She was fine.
But if I do end up going into labor like this woman, you'll come help clean it up.
Come get, yeah.
Okay.
But
you'll take the baby away and.
Yeah, we'll take care of all that.
Okay.
So, this shit is sick to just even, man. I hope Israel and the United States continue to bomb everything in the Middle East, and I hope that the Middle East bombs everything over here, and I hope all this shit just blow up, man. And if I have to blow up with it, I really don't give a shit, because we living in a world where this woman will go into labor in the hospital, inside of a hotel, and him and his team will come and get the baby. Now the baby is crying. I'm used to babies. I've been around a lot of newborn babies. The baby is moving his head side to side, looking for the mama. They need the bond, but this motherfucker got the baby. You hear what I'm saying? He got the baby, driving them to do what? They don't kill them all, man. They don't kill them all. They kill most of them. This is what we living around. This is what we living around right here. But it's coming to an end.
We'll give everybody a little pack to put stuff in case it does happen. But as I said,
A pack?
A pack of little drapes and sheets and gloves and all those things.
Oh.
So if you had to do something that you could.
Okay, so if for any reason I did, you've given me
You've already got the stuff to take care of.
a bag to put the
But
baby
it's not
in there.
gonna happen.
Okay.
I mean, this baby is a part of you forever.
Okay.
I mean, if you expect it to go away in a week, that's the wrong approach to it, okay?
How do you think when you say I'll be affected?
I think you'll be affected for the positive. I think you can make very difficult, hard decisions that help shape the rest of your future and make you work harder for the things you know that are important.
Okay.
You lying sack of shit. Her question was, how do you think when you say I'll be affected, how do you think I would be affected by this? And he said a bunch of nothing. He said, I think you will be affected for the positive. Man, these things are demons, man. What's going to happen is she's going to perform this ritual and she will never, ever, ever stop thinking about it. The baby is going to hunt her for the rest of her life. She will be waking up in cold sweats. She going to get sick. You hear what I'm saying? I don't even see how a woman can do this. I mean, just have the baby, give it up for adoption. At least some people say that adoption agencies is in on it too. Yeah, I know they in on it too, but I mean, if you give it to him, you know what's gonna happen. He gonna eat the motherfucker. You hear what I'm saying? This shit get me mad, man.
Love and honor for this baby that you've lost. You will find yourself being a better person. Postpartum depression is really very common, but post-abortion depression, I can honestly tell you that I haven't seen one person that way.
Oh, okay.
And we had a 16-year-old girl that was pregnant in 26 or 7 weeks that we did that determination for her.
How you gonna say that you never seen a woman that was depressed after getting her baby chopped up and pulled up out of her, when we see women going through postpartum depression having a healthy delivery? You hear what I'm saying? How you gonna say that the woman that got her baby chopped up and pulled up out of her ain't gonna be depressed when we see the depression in natural birth? Man, these things are sick and their time is up. I can't wait, man.
And she tried to kill herself, and she got to the hospital and recovered. And she tried to kill herself not because of the termination, but because of the baby that she had before this. It was already a year old. That she wished she had not had that baby. I've not had anybody leave there feeling worse than they came.
Okay. Good to know.
That's serious.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
We have had one woman who died in the clinic. Okay, she was
you
farther
did?
along than you, and the coroner, it was reported to the coroner and everything, and they said yes, she died of complications of the pregnancy, but not from the abortion. Everything from the abortion was fine.
Well, it turns out that complications from a late-term abortion did cause the death of a New Rochelle woman. A report from the chief medical examiner in Maryland says 29-year-old Jennifer McKenna Morbelli died earlier this month after amniotic fluid seeped into her bloodstream. The clinic and the doctor who performed the procedure are now being investigated.
Yeah, this is some sick shit, but you can't blame these things. You can't blame them because this is what they do. We can only blame ourselves for dealing with them, for trusting them. So, what are these things? What's the spirit behind these things? One of my favorite movies, Pan Labyrinth, The Pale Man.
The Pale Man is a character from Guillermo del Toro's 2006 fantasy film, Pan's Labyrinth. The Pale Man is known for his unsettling appearance. He has pale, sagging skin, sits at a table covered in a sumptuous feast, and has his eyes placed on the palms of his hands rather than in their usual sockets. He can only see when he places his hands over his face. This character is a prime example of the dark and imaginative creatures that often populate Guillermo del Toro's films. In the movie, the protagonist, Ophelia, is given a task by a faun to retrieve a key from the Pale Man's lair as part of her trials to prove herself as a princess. However, she's warned not to eat any of the food on the table or awaken the Pale Man, as he is a dangerous and malevolent entity. Of course, as the story unfolds, suspense and horror ensue when Ophelia disobeys these warnings, leading to a tense and memorable sequence in the film.
To Behind the Scenes, where we uncover the fascinating true stories behind iconic movie characters. Today, we delve into the mysterious creature known as the Pale Man from Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece, Pan's Labyrinth. In the dark fantasy film, Pan's Labyrinth, the Pale Man is a terrifying monster who guards a sacred artifact. But did you know that the inspiration for this creature goes back centuries? Legend has it that the Pale Man was born from ancient folklore, often associated with tales of malevolent creatures who preyed on disobedient children. Del Toro drew inspiration from these legends to create a character that would send chills down our spines. And others say that the Pale Man was once a powerful ruler who craved immortality. He was punished for his insatiable greed, and now he hungers for the essence of innocence. Welcome.
People like Del Toro, they can see into the other dimensions. This creature right here, along with Slender Man, creatures like that, they really exist. Sometimes they come into this dimension, but this cannibal right here, the Pale Man on Pan's Labyrinth, which is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I just might watch that movie tonight. I love that movie. If you was to watch Pan's Labyrinth, you would see that this thing right here, it has a lot of little kid shoes in the corner, like a lot of them, like a little hill of little kid shoes, victims. This is one of the demons that's behind these cannibals. And there's all types of demons. They look different, all different ways, but this is one 100% sure I know exists. The Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. And where are these creatures from? What type of world are they from? Have you ever watched a movie called Mad Gods? Mad God. Let's see. This is a sick movie. It's a movie about nothing. It's about nothing. It's 100% about nothing. But this guy is traveling through the dimension. That's what it's about. This is where they from.
Thanks to AMC Plus and Shudder, I finally got to watch Mad God, a film that's been on my watch list for a little while now. And while I loved a lot of the animation, world, and set designs, and the overall aesthetic of the film, the lack of a cohesive plot made exploring the world stale and made the film seem to drag. There's some truly stunning moments of animation with large, intricate sets and a ton of moving pieces, but there's also some really bad moments of live-action green screen. Another thing that I personally really didn't like about the film was the score, which to me felt really unfitting for a lot of the scenes.
Have you heard about the stop-motion film Mad God? stop motion animation has always been one of my favorite versions of animation. It takes a lot of patience, understanding of lighting and framing of the camera. It takes a lot of pre-production and building out these worlds and stories before you even begin filming anything. It's just incredible. And that's why I think the story behind Mad God is just as insane as the story that's on screen. One of the top specialists in the field is Phil Tippett. He fell in love with stop motion thanks to Ray Harryhausen's work in movies like Jason and the Argonauts and The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Phil Tippett would end up in the business creating aliens for Star Wars. He also did special effects for movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Starship Troopers. But one of the biggest pivot points in his career was Jurassic Park. He created a ton of tests with stop motion, but Steven Spielberg opted to not use Tippett's animation, and instead moved to computer graphics and large-scale animatronics. I'm not pinning Steven Spielberg as the bad guy here. In fact, I think that Jurassic Park is one of those few films that even decades later, the special effects and computer graphics still look as good as they once did. But this left Phil Tippett feeling like maybe stop-motion animation wasn't going to be around much longer. At the same time that he was working on Jurassic Park, he came up with this idea for a story called Mad God, but discouraged from the work he'd done on Jurassic Park, he ended up shelving it for another 20 years. He was encouraged to pick it back up, and thanks to volunteers helping him with a Kickstarter campaign raising the funds to create it, Mad God is 100% made completely independent. And it would end up on a select few movie screens in 2022, 30 years after he'd come up with the idea. After 10 years of production, the film was out, and it ended up winning the Ray Harryhausen Award for Best Feature Film. That just led him full circle back to his childhood, where he won an award named after his childhood hero. I think this proves the point that you shouldn't be discouraged to do what you want just because of some outside influence, because you might not make that great thing that you were intended.
I don't even know why I let this dude say all of that shit when all I was trying to do was show you where these things come from. Let me see if it's another video on.
So last night I watched Phil.
What the hell? Was that a woman or a man?
Have you heard of?
So last night I watched Phil Tippett's Mad God. If you haven't seen it, Mad God is a stop-motion animated horror film about a nameless man silently navigating a monster-infested post-apocalyptic hellspace. What I really appreciate about this film is the fact that it presents a challenge to its audience. It asks us to appreciate its artistry in spite of the fact that it is so traumatizingly, disturbingly gross and
yeah, that movie is gross. And you would see why these things that live around us, why they stink, why they eat stuff, why they love garbage and filth. And it's just a disgusting movie. And like I said, it don't mean nothing. It has no plot. It doesn't mean shit. It's just showing you their world. Phil Tippett, Mad God.